And welcome to Wildcat Stadium on the campus of Springdale Har-Ber High School. It's Jeff Matthews along with Jim Files and Stat Scott Taylor. Levi Gilbert's here as our producer tonight, and we are excited to be in Northwest Arkansas. Conway taking on Springdale Har-Ber, the first game ever in this stadium on the campus of Har-Ber High School. We'll come back to the stadium here in just a few moments, but first let's take a break. Then when we come back, we'll have our interview with Coach Clint Ashcraft before the game this week. We'll do that next on Conway Corporation, Channel 5 Sports.
At Legacy Fencing, our office staff and installers work hard each day to ensure that you, our customer, receive the best possible service. From the initial call you make to our office to the final step in the installation process, you'll be dealing with highly competent fencing professionals. Our ultimate goal is not just selling you a fence. We want to be the company that you return to for all your future fencing needs. We are Legacy Fencing, fencing for a lifetime.
Jeff Matthews joined as always by Coach. And Coach, let's take a look back at Jonesboro first before we look at Har-Ber. A good win. What were you pleased with out of the game?
Well, I thought our offense, executed very well. I really think they did a good job every time Jonesboro put points on the board of answering back, so I was real proud to see that. And then, our defense, we bent a little bit, but they came up with some timely stops and had a pick six, and that really kind of helped us, get the points spread apart.
Braylon, again, a big game, 5 touchdowns, including a couple to DJ Johnson. Brock Mitchell got in the action. He looked good.
Yeah, those guys, they've got good chemistry. They get along well. They're always talking, having fun, and I think that stuff helps them on the field as their personal relationship.
Wanting to be 2-0, you got that. Now 3-0 going into non-conference, but it's a tough opponent waiting for us in Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah, they're going to be good. You look at their record, it may be a little deceiving, but they've played 2, what I'd say powerhouse teams from out of state. A lot of state titles between those 2 teams that beat them. So, we've told our kids that's not important, that don't matter. We're going to have our hands full. We're going to play well. And
they'll be emotional, too. Brand new stadium. 10 years they've been to school. They haven't had a home game yet.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a great crowd and probably an electric environment. And then, that stuff's all, you feel it, and then the ball's kicked off, and then you're just playing. So.
And that's got to be part of just finally being on the road, too. You put them on a bus, you send them up there, and there's that time on the bus, and there's that, but still, once you kick it off, it's a football game.
Well, we preach to them it's a business trip. This is not a field trip.
Yeah.
We got a job to do, and just stay focused and do what we've been coached to do all week.
All right, we'll kick it off next. That's coming up on Conway Corporation, Channel 5 Sports.
At Legacy Fencing, our office staff and installers work hard each day to ensure that you, our customer, receive the best possible service. From the initial call you make to our office to the final step in the installation process, you'll be dealing with highly competent fencing professionals. Our ultimate goal is not just selling you a fence. We want to be the company that you return to for all your future fencing needs. We are Legacy Fencing, fencing for a lifetime.
This is my home, and here's my hot water heater, located right above my living room. And here's the mess it made when it leaked. Really leaked. Kind of throws off the ambiance, don't you think? Well, I stayed calm and called the experts at All Clean Restoration, so here it is. My living room before the water damage and my living room after. Or as I like to think, my living room before All Clean, my living room after All Clean. All Clean Restoration, proudly serving all of Arkansas.
And welcome back to Wildcat Stadium on the campus of Springdale Har-Ber High School. The Wampus Cats have made their way out wearing their white. First time we're on the road tonight, Jim Files.
Exciting game here, and I'm sure Har-Ber's had this game circled on their calendar since they got beaten in the semifinals last year by us.
You see the sign, 6 legs greater than 6 legs greater than 4 legs. And here come the Wampus Cats. It is going to be a great night of football. This is so excited to be here. And you mentioned it. It was the game a year ago, the quarterfinal game. But not only that, since they started playing football in 2006, they've played all of their games across town. Their coach and athletic director and principal all talking about the fact that when they play a football game, they get on buses and they go to an away stadium. They have since 2006. They've had great success. They won a state title in 2009, and they make it to the state playoffs every year, quarterfinals last couple of years. We've actually played them twice in the quarterfinals. It was in 2010 that they beat us. Last year we beat them 52-42.
7 straight years they've been to the quarterfinals, but it's been 3 years since they've been to the semis or won the semis. So that's something they expect, and that's something we prevented them from achieving.
All right, so your Wampus Cats come in 2-0. Victories over Cabot, 24-22, and Jonesboro last week, 49-28. Your thoughts on that Jonesboro game? It took a little while to get going, but they played a great second half, especially.
They did, and Conway's question right now is defense. I think their offense is awesome. I think they can do pretty much whatever they want to. So that's the thing you want to see improve for Conway is their defense. And we knew that coming in with only one returning starter. And Har-Ber is kind of the opposite of that. They only return one starter on offense. Defense, they return 6 starters. But as we've seen, they've given up 42 points to Webb City and 46 to Rockhurst earlier this year. They have some defensive problems. Granted, those are 2 very, very, very good teams.
Yeah, really good teams.
So that may not be a great indicator, but they've given up some points and only scored 13 in the Webb City game and 22 in that. So they've got a lot to prove tonight. So it's a great matchup, I think.
Braylon Smith, your quarterback for the Wampus Cats, coming into week number 3, has had about as good a start as you could have. 32 out of 49, 555 yards, and 7 touchdowns. And for the second consecutive week, one of the Little Rock television stations has picked him as their player of the week. Last week it was the Red Zone Player of the Week for today's THV, Channel 11. And this week, Channel 7, KATV, the Landers Player of the Week award.
Yeah.
And even as Steve Sullivan on Channel 7 talked about, juniors don't normally get that honor.
No.
That's something normally saved for seniors, but that's a really special junior number 3.
It is, and it's a special situation Coach Ashcraft has with that offense too. Last year, a lot of teams would gang up to try to stop the run, and we would run it on them anyway. And this year, we're passing because they're trying to take away the run. So it'll be interesting to see how Har-Ber comes out, whether they're going to try to stop the pass first or the run. Because I believe in full confidence that Conway rushing attack will come out roaring tonight if Har-Ber tries to stop the pass. It is a very competent offense and a lot of versatility that Conway has with that offense.
One of the things that the Wampus Cats, especially early, are going to have to be aware of is the emotion on the Har-Ber side. If you can see to the right where they are about to come out, it is a full-on smoke show, and there's been a video that's been playing. They've had all the dignitaries from the local area that have been out on the field with video announcements and live announcements, and now they're coming out of their beautiful indoor facility that's just to our right. And this crowd is excited. I mean, they've waited to have a home. If you can imagine, playing football and to the level of success that they have without a home, they've been waiting for it tonight, and these kids have as well. So watch the Wildcats. They're ready for a number of reasons.
Yeah.
The emotion of playing at home and the emotion of that team with the C on their helmet over there ended our season a year ago.
That's right.
And they certainly do remember that. Wampus Cats again 2-0, led by Clint Ashcraft. He's 72-33 overall. 41 wins already for Coach Ashcraft in his time at Conway in his 6th year. Chris Wood is the head coach for Har-Ber. He's been the coach since this program began back in 2006. 106 wins in his career and 67 of those at his time at Har-Ber. So the Wampus Cats are going to get the football first. Kevin Chamorro is going to go back deep to receive, along with Carlil Johnson. It's good to see Carlil back on the field. Last week he did not play basically the last 3 quarters because of being dinged up a little bit, but he looks like he's ready to go tonight.
Yeah, and we've seen the depth there, and so it's not an issue. And the rushing attack hasn't been called upon to lead this offense in any way yet. They've certainly been efficient when they've been out there, but I think tonight might be the night you see them. We have a 100-yard rusher tonight.
The Wildcats will kick off, all of their fans on their feet, and there is a huge group of fans here from Conway as well. The Wampus Cats with the reputation of being one of the better traveling schools in the state, and certainly tonight, even being 2.5 hours from home, that is being played out as the visiting stands are absolutely packed across from us. It is a beautiful facility. They spent $5.5 million to turn what was just their practice facility. In fact, if you look on Google Earth, what you see here is just the frame of a football field. All of this is not a part of what you see on Google Earth, but they have created a beautiful facility around it, and we are ready to have the first football game in the history of Wildcat Stadium with the Har-Ber Wildcats kicking off, and we are underway. David Vowell kicks off into the end zone. It will be a touchback, and the Wampus Cats will begin 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Again, led by junior quarterback Braylon Smith. 17 out of 27 a week ago, threw for over 300 yards, 5 touchdowns, including 2 of those to DJ Johnson. DJ, a great start, just as impressive as Braylon's. Of course, if you're going to throw that many, you got to have somebody catching them, and DJ's been the recipient of 13 catches, 306 yards, and 4 touchdowns early in the season. Matt Cummins to the near side. Kevin Chamorro gets the start at running back. He's directly behind Braylon Smith, and he will get the handoff. Little stutter step move down at the 20-yard line.
Conway comes in averaging 36 points a game. Har-Ber around a little over 17 points a game.
DJ Johnson and Brock Mitchell to the top. Brock Mitchell, 9 catches, 107 yards, and a couple of touchdowns.
Yeah, he has been incredible.
So here's that single coverage to the near side that we see with DJ. See if Braylon sees it and goes that way. He looks, got him. Brock Mitchell makes the catch at the 35-yard line, out of bounds at the 37. That'll be enough to move the chains. 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats.
Boy, and that's where Braylon's really grown. And you could see the 2 routes there, and he had 2 options. And the underneath route was covered, so he took Brock on the top route. And what a nice throw.
Yeah, threw it right over and into the stomach there. Brock Mitchell, great pass. Boy, Braylon is playing with so much confidence right now. That offensive line giving him lots of time. Quick throw this time. Nice catch at the 44-yard line. That again is Brock Mitchell. Steady, solid senior.
A little surprised that Har-Ber comes out in the single coverage. They've got a lot of guys in the box. They're daring Conway to pass too.
Their best defensive player is number 64, Ricky Dobbins. 6'2", 345 pounds. That is a big dude. He's got college offers from both Arkansas State and Tulsa and others. Braylon looking to the sideline. Chamorro behind him. Handoff.
Ooh, boy, that was read perfectly by Har-Ber. They knew that play, and they rushed off the edge. And Braylon didn't see it, and Chamorro felt it.
Zach Ownby gets there first. And I'll have to correct myself here. I don't see number 64 on the field. So unless Ricky Dobbins has changed jerseys in the first game ever at Wildcat Stadium, he is not on the field unless I'm mistaken.
Yep.
3rd down and 7.
I don't see a 345-pounder out there either.
And that's what made me look for his number, too. Thought you'd think you'd see that.
Oh, wide open. That was a miscommunication there. I don't know if that's on the quarterback or the receiver, but he was wide open.
Grant Ellis, the intended receiver, number 11. So incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down.
Couple of mistakes there. And I don't know if Braylon audibled on the one that took him a while to get into whatever offense they were wanting to run there. But whatever they audibled in was exactly what Har-Ber was looking for. And that just a miscommunication.
Ellis, who was the intended receiver, back to punt. Good line drive kick. Taken at the 24. Gonna track him down. Good job. That is Colin Condit, who stood his ground there and made the stop. And the Har-Ber Wildcats will come out for the first time. 1st and 10. Bring the Wampus Cat defense out. Daniel Nyberg will be your nose guard. He'll be joined by Austin Norris and Saxton Smith on the defensive line. Nick Starr and Kalen Pansy out there.
Brandon Still, their junior quarterback. He's 6'5" and 190. And that is not him.
They'll start in the Wildcat.
Yeah, that's the Wildcat.
And that was the snap to the 6'5" guy. It's the sophomore Trey Smith, who is really quick, and they will run him out of the Wildcat, and that's what they started with. And Wampus Cats, nice job being prepared for it, stopping him after a 2-yard gain.
As I mentioned, only one starter there on the offense, so lots of new guys. They're still working out some things. A tough schedule to work out things that they've had early here.
High snap again. They'll hand off out of the Wildcat. Looked like Hunter Scott got him around the ankles. Tackle made on number 19, Tyler Blackston, their leading receiver. That's a couple of high snaps on that Wildcat. Surprising.
I guess they're used to snapping to the 6'5" quarterback.
I guess so, yeah. Trey
Brandon
Smith
Still.
is all at just 5'6",
yeah.
so almost a foot taller.
Third
one.
That's high, too, yeah.
He keeps it, though, and he is
got
quick.
room. Yep.
Just a sophomore. Tackle made in the open field. We've got to do a better job on third down, making stops.
Jackson with a nice tackle out there, getting off that block and making the tackle.
Wildcats down to the 41-yard line, 1st and 10.
Big gain, though.
You see big number 74 there on the offensive line for the Wildcats. He is 6'6", 325. They are big here in Northwest Arkansas. That's Luke Hannon. Stop made by Austin Norris. Luke Hannon, the returning starter on this offense. And they are sticking with the Wildcat. And it's gaining yards, so why not? On the ground again to Luke Hannon. Hannon to the 10-yard line. Stopped by J.J. Jackson.
Jackson with another tackle there. You don't want your secondary making that many tackles. Some big holes there in this Conway defense.
They're going to hurry up, call it down at the 11, 1st and 10. $7:55 to go. We are just underway. First quarter from Springdale Har-Ber. Smith will keep.
Nice tackle there. Condit coming up with the hit.
Once again, a safety stepping up and making a stop. You talked about it. They're getting some good movement on the offensive line. We talked about how big they are.
Defensive line's got to start winning some of those battles.
Smith again. He'll hand off to Blackston. He's picked up by Cole Evans. Dropped at the 1.
Going to bring up a 3rd and short.
And that's going to be a first down. They placed the ball just outside the 10, and so it was
Yep, you're right.
where they could get a first down, and so it's 1st and goal.
Boy, got to hope that high snap happens here.
Yeah, at this point, they're pretty much doing what they want.
Yep, he's in.
And into the end zone.
That's a brutal drive against that Conway defense. Didn't seem to have much trouble. And that Wildcat, expected them to come out passing some, but that was very effective against this Conway defense. And that's something you didn't want is Conway to give them some confidence coming off 2 big, tough losses in their early part of the schedule.
Sion Nasila, the 1-yard touchdown run. He's big, too. He's 6'2". And the extra point is good. And with 7:02 to play in the opening quarter, the Wildcats strike first. Springdale Har-Ber 7, Conway 0. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corporation, Channel 5 Sports. 7:02 to go in the first quarter, and the Wildcats of Har-Ber take a 7-0 lead. So they made a couple of stops when they had to, and then got the ball and just moved at will. There was the 1 third down, 3rd and short, and they picked up big yardage, and they did exactly what they wanted to do.
Yeah, and I think it was just some miscues on that Conway offense, and it's miscues they can't make here on this drive because the defense looked like they were having a lot of trouble there for Conway. It could be a night where the offense needs to score a lot of points. Definitely need to answer that one.
David Vowell will kick off. Line drive taken by Carlil Johnson. Carlil's got ahead of steam at the 20. Carlil. Nice run out to the 37-yard line. That's where the Cats will have it 1st and 10.
Just a smooth runner. Carlil taking that one in the air, picking up some good yardage, put this offense in good position. No more miscues.
Colton Jackson and Zach Mills will anchor the left-hand side of the offensive line. Ethan Williams is the center, and Blake Hood, one of the captains tonight, and Frank Jackson handle the right-hand side.
Well, Conway with -4 yards rushing. That 1 tackle for a loss against Chamura.
Pass complete to the 44.
Still single coverage on all the Conway wideouts.
That pass complete to number 26. We've got 2 26s. The first time we've seen him this year. We will track down exactly who that is. Jordan Esther and Lathan Tipton, both about the same size, height-wise and weight-wise, so we'll get an official note on who that is. Pass is complete. We know that guy. Great catch, great run. Matt Cummins crosses the 40, out of bounds at the 39-yard line.
Great run after the catch there. And now this offense is doing what we expected.
First down and 10. It's not essential to a win, but I think it's important for the Wampus Cats to answer here.
Yeah, I think so too, yeah. You can see the confidence on the Har-Ber sideline. Got to keep that down. This team's just looking for some confidence.
Staying in the air. Brock Mitchell, pull those steady hands. Got it again. Out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Move the chains for the Wampus Cats.
Oh, and that's a hard catch going from right to left like that. Coming down with it easy.
You know, Coach talks a lot about the chemistry between DJ Johnson and Braylon Smith, but you're starting to see it a lot between Brock Mitchell and Braylon Smith as well.
Yeah, yeah. I think he trusts both of those guys equally.
First down and 10, 22-yard line. Smith and Chamorro in the backfield. Darrell McCoy in. Braylon Smith over the middle. DJ Johnson.
First time they've made a
And
connection.
a flag on the play. Came in from the umpire, who sets up just behind the defensive line of scrimmage.
A great throw and catch, though. DJ coming across the middle there. Found a little space.
That is going to be against the Wampus Cats. An eligible receiver downfield, I believe, and that's going to move the Cats back and take away what was the first big hookup of the night.
That is the second time, at least the second time we've had that called on us this year. Tough time right there. Getting a big gain.
So back to the 27-yard line, first and 10. First and 15, correction. Braylon, time to throw, looks over the middle. Got him!
Oh, wow, what a catch.
Touchdown, diving catch made by Brock Mitchell.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't think that had a chance. What a throw, though, by Braylon Smith. He put that where only his receiver can catch it. It wasn't an easy one, but he came down with it. That is a great answer right there after the penalty.
And a great job by the offensive line. He had plenty of time to throw. Diving catch by Brock Mitchell. An extra point away to tie in the game.
That's a great drive. Great drive.
Matt Cummins' extra point is good, and we are tied at 7. 5:42 to play in the opening quarter. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corporation, Channel 5 Sports. Wampus Cat fans, 5 Sports wants to see your superior spirit. Anytime or any place that you see Wampus Cat spirit, share it on Facebook and Twitter using the hashtag 5Sports. Then we'll share that superior spirit during the playback of Wampus Cat Sports on Conway Corporation, Channel 5. 5:42 to play in the opening quarter, and that was exactly what we had hoped for, Jim, was an answer by the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, after that quick drive by Har-Ber, Conway really needed to come back and get on the board, even this up. And that was the perfect drive. The only thing missing now is a rushing attack that I talked about. But they're just playing single coverage. They're not playing the pass at all, which that could change with these last couple drives Conway's put together. Even that first one, we were kind of passing at will. It was just a miscue that kept us from keeping that drive going.
Matt Cummins to kick off, and it is into the end zone. It's come out to the 20.
I was going to say you can't abandon the run though if you're Conway. It's too good, and those backs have got to get some touches. And this defense needs to come up with some answers after a lot of puzzles on that first defensive drive.
Well, and Har-Ber's offense just, like we talked about, ran at will. Now, their quarterback, at least the quarterback that we were prepared to see, was number 16, Brandon Still. That still will not be the case. And
No.
again, you can't blame Chris Wood for sticking with this.
No.
My goodness, it's working.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't put anybody else out there right now.
Trey Smith is the quarterback. He's a 5'6" sophomore. A wide receiver normally, but certainly can run the offense just like he's doing there.
Still going. Got to
Out
wrap
of
up.
bounds. Knocked out by Kalen Pouncey at the 38-yard line.
And, boy, you talk about two different attacks. Har-Ber was 66 yards all on the ground. Conway, 65 yards all through the air.
Ball at the 38-yard line. They'll move the chains. 1st and 10. Yeah, and who's going to make a stop here? Who is going to get to 5?
Boy, and that battle's got to be one up front. And right now, it is Har-Ber's game.
Flag came in.
It's going to help there. False start.
1st and 15. We've got 5:35 to go in the opening quarter. Tied at 7. First time that we have ever played up here. First time anybody's ever played up here, for that matter. Opening night at Wildcat Stadium.
Oh,
there's the bad snap.
Yeah, we were looking for that. See if Conway can capitalize on
And
it.
he will fall on it at the 13-yard line. Thought about picking it up and running with it, but that is going to be a huge help to the Wampus Cats. 2nd down and a whole lot now.
Well, we were just waiting for it because all the snaps were high, and he managed to pull all of them down and get some gains out of them. That one finally got him there.
And this is where the Wampus Cats have got to make sure that they stay up on their toes. Don't fall back and fall asleep just because it's 2nd down and forever. It's 2nd and 34. 2nd and 34. And Trey Smith, quarterback again, they will stay on the ground. That's Luke Hannon. Luke running over people. Gets to the 30-yard line. He's a returner from a year ago. He had 14 carries for 55 yards last year in that state quarterfinal game as a sophomore.
And he was basically the 3rd string running back. They lost the first 2, and then he had to move up quickly. And certainly got some good experience last year. And you can see he's a pretty solid back.
Going to put the ball down at the 25-yard line, where it will be 3rd and 23. And now we'll see Brandon Still for the first time.
You're not going to snap it over his head.
You wouldn't think, no.
6'5".
3rd down. Left-handed quarterback, Still pressured, hit hard, and throws. That is over everybody's head, and he took a huge hit from Austin Norris.
And that is some great defense there. As you mentioned, Austin Norris coming in there. Just a good defensive possession there for Conway. They got a little help, and they needed some, so hopefully they can build some confidence off of that.
Brock Mitchell and Colin Condit stand at their own 40-yard line to receive the punt. And Trey Smith will be the punter as well. And a high snap again into the end zone. He's going to try to punt it, and he does. He gets it away. Well, that's a pretty good athlete.
Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah, boy, if Conway they weren't bringing anybody. They were in punt protection. Everybody was back to block and not rushing the punter.
And a bullet dodge there by the Har-Ber Wildcats as the ball goes into the end zone. But the athletic little number 5, Trey Smith, he's 5'6", 149 pounds.
Wow.
Able to get the ball and peace of mind, or the ability to look and realize there's nobody coming at me. I don't have to just fall on this or kick it out of bounds.
Yep.
I can try to make something out of it, and he got the ball out to the 45-yard line. That's where the Cats will take over 1st and 10. We'll see Carlisle Johnson in the backfield for the first time with Braylon Smith. 4 wideouts for the Cats.
And that's just kind of a bad break for Conway. They normally bring somebody for the punt block. Oh, boy.
Pass
that's
was
trouble.
knocked down. Michael Neal.
And Ricky Dobbins, the one you were talking about, was coming back.
There he is.
Yeah.
And now there's 345 pounds out there.
Braylon Smith saw him coming, too. And it had something to do with that throw.
Number 64 is who we were mentioning earlier, and he wasn't on the field at the start of the game. But you will see him come into your picture very soon. Set up on the defensive line. All right, 2nd down and 10. Staying in the air. Braylon throws. DJ Johnson with the catch.
Boy, he fought through one tackle. Ended up losing a little bit there.
At the 37. 3rd down.
But you love his tenacity. He's always trying to pick up some yards. Usually works out well.
4 minutes and 3 seconds to play in the first quarter. We are tied at 7 at Har-Ber. 5 wideouts for the Cats. Braylon Smith in the backfield by himself. Looking again for Brock Mitchell.
Boy.
He slowed down just a step, and the ball was just about a step past him. And Brock's coming up holding his arm.
Yeah, boy, when you lay out like that, he couldn't catch himself at all.
Yeah, that'll be something to keep an eye on. Let's hope that Brock Mitchell is all right. It is 4th down.
And it could be ribs. It could just be from hitting the ground that hard.
And the ball's at the 42-yard line. Let's see. Grant Ellis is hustling back off the field.
Yeah.
Play clock down to 20, so there's plenty of time. 4th down. Cats need to get to the 35-yard line. Smith, pressured, still pressured, trying to get away from it. He does. He finds Carlil Johnson. Carlil gets the first down. What a move.
Man, it looked like there was nowhere for him to go. He cut through the 2 defenders and picked up the first down.
And a flag on the play. Brock Mitchell gets up. Still,
Wow.
You can see he is still not himself.
What a nice play by Braylon Smith, though, and Carlil Johnson both to get that first down. But as you mentioned, flag could stop that.
Yeah, twice. Looked like they had a grip on Braylon. He was able to break away from it. Carlil looking back for the pass. Let's see if it's going to stand. Wildcat player thinks it's not going to. It's going to be a chop block. So that is going to be against the Wampus Cats. So a great effort. It's going to be wiped out. Watch this play. In fact, they ripped the towel off of him there. If it was flag football, he'd be down. And he got rid of it. And watch this move. Whew.
Was that the block from Brock Mitchell coming in there that was low?
That may have been. There's the flag there. So, well, that's going to bring the punting unit on. Grant Ellis.
Tough break there.
Cats had something going. And,
yeah.
You know, and that goes back again to the play by Trey Smith, their sophomore player, who was able to make something out of a bad snap. And Grant Ellis,
well, he had
bad
to rush
snap
that one.
to him.
Yeah. Lucky to get that off. And not a bad mark there.
See where they're going to place it. Still, they're not sure where they're going to place it, do they?
Yeah, I think so. They're not sure.
All right. Oh, the
23.
23, yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
It's better than the punt getting blocked, which almost happened.
So 3:13 to play in the first quarter. We are tied at 7. Wampus Cat defense back on the field. Been a couple of bad snaps in the last series for the Har-Ber Wildcats. We'll see if that continues. Trey Smith back in at quarterback. That was a better snap. And a handoff to that big running back, Nasila.
6'2", 222. Good size.
The center is actually Quentin Chastain, who is the offensive lineman we talked about earlier. That's 6'6", 325 pounds. And if you need to know, that's him, number 74. And he actually is the right guard. My apologies. Sets up next to the center, who's Drew Dodson. Dodson's had a rough few plays.
Yeah.
Good snap there. Trey Smith will keep. Cameron Laird, great job. Cameron saw that play developed, rolled off his blocker, and was able to stop the speedy Trey Smith, and it will be 3rd down for Har-Ber.
And center is one of those positions you can take for granted until you get a couple of bad snaps, and then it looks really bad on your part.
And their center actually had to just come off the field.
Yeah.
So there is a backup center on the field now.
Yeah, it was probably a good time to pull him. He was struggling.
Hand off to Hannon. Going to be stopped short. So 4th down upcoming for Har-Ber. Good job by the Wampus Cat defense.
They've really stiffened up a lot.
Daniel Nyberg, Austin Norris, all coming off the pile there. So 4th down and 2, deep in Har-Ber territory. Now we know that Trey Smith is the punter. At least he was set up in it last time, but he will be set up in the quarterback slot here. They're trying to get the Wampus Cats to jump. Down to 10 seconds on the play clock. Minute and a half to go.
And they may just be trying to draw Conway off.
Yeah, and he's going to back up a little bit
and
more
he's
now.
going to punt out of this, I think. Yeah, that's what he was going to do.
There was some movement, so it'll become 4th and 7.
Yeah, they were just going to punt out of that if they couldn't draw Conway off sides.
Kind of a mess for the Wildcats there.
Yeah. Boy, both teams with some early mistakes.
Wildcats finally taking on an Arkansas opponent. They traveled to Missouri twice in weeks 1 and 2. The Wampus Cats first time on the road. Victories over Cabot and Jonesboro at home. Smith will punt again, and that will
great bounce for them.
Down at the 32-yard line, and that's where the Wampus Cats will have it 1st and 10. Had a drive that didn't do much, had a drive that did everything, and had a drive that didn't do much.
Right.
So if that's the pattern, then we ought to see something good here for sure. The Wampus Cats about to make their way onto the field. Remind you that if you are at the game tonight by chance, or wherever you are, and you see Wampus Cat Spirit, be sure and take a picture of that and use the hashtag 5Sports. Let us know on Facebook and Twitter, and if you get a chance to do that, you might win a $500 gift card. So let us see them. Hashtag 5Sports. Let's see that Wampus Cat Spirit. All right, let's see some Wampus Cat offense now. 5 wideouts for Braylon Smith, 1st and 10 at the 32. Quick throw, complete to Matt Cummins.
That's a bullet. Look at Cummins go.
Matthew Cummins down to the 47-yard line.
We still kind of cringe seeing him out there taking hits, but that's why he's out there. He's got great hands, and he can run after the catch.
Quick pass.
Yeah. Don't want to see that great kicker get hurt, but he is a weapon on offense too. Braylon Smith now 8 out of 11, 116 yards.
15 yards after the catch for Matt Cummins. Great effort. Stay into the 5 wideouts. Pressure.
He's got to get it off
Braylon
quick.
lets it go.
Boy, he had him too. He just couldn't get enough on it. DJ Johnson wide open.
Justin Setzer was the diving Wildcat trying to get his hand on the ball.
That's just great vision by Braylon. You kind of cringe to see him make that throw, but he saw him wide open. Just couldn't get enough on it with the Wildcat draped around him.
2nd down and 10. And Kevin Chamorro back in the game. Boy, you know Kevin is just ready to get the ball and hit some guys.
Conway's had 2 rushes tonight for -4 yards.
Still passing. Brock Mitchell to the 40. 3rd down and 3.
And, maybe this is a down. Chamorro gets a chance. That's down. You can do a lot of things on 3rd and 3.
Yeah, it has been a long time since the Wampus Cats had 3 possessions in a quarter and just 2 runs?
Yeah, just 2. 2 for -4 yards.
3rd down and 3.
Almost through a full quarter here. I don't remember the last time Conway had negative rushing yards.
Down to 3. They will get the play off, and it is Kevin Chamorro. Kevin slung down at the 31-yard line.
What did he grab? Well, how did he get pulled down?
It sure looked
it
like
looked real awkward, like a horse collar.
Or a face mask. There was something. Yeah, it just wasn't a tackle. And then Kevin came up. Somebody got a flag for something after the play.
Well, he was mad, but the way he was grabbed and the way he went down, it did look like there was something illegal there, whether it was face mask or in the horse collar.
It will be against the Wampus Cats. No call on the tackle. Let's watch.
But
Yeah, it was hard to tell exactly how he did tackle him. Flag has now been thrown on the bench. It looks like it may be on Coach Ashcraft.
And I don't think we've ever seen him get a penalty.
Yeah, that it would. If it's happened before, it hasn't happened often.
Yeah, sideline warning, so there's no penalty. Next time it will be.
And so the end of the first quarter, Ends with a bang there. We will straighten this all out, take 60 seconds, then come back with the start of the second quarter. That's next on Conway Corporation, Channel 5 Sport. And welcome back to Wildcat Stadium on the campus of Springdale Har-Ber High School. It's Jeff Matthews and Jim Files. Stats Scott Taylor's here, along with Levi Gilbert, our producer. And the end of the first quarter, some excitement. There was the tackle on Kevin. You couldn't tell if there was anything illegal or not, but it was certainly a pretty violent throw to the ground. Kevin came up. There was something that was said, and clearly with that there was the penalty that was called. Then there was a sideline warning. So when it's all straightened out, obviously the Wampus Cats have lost some field position, but it does look like it is going to be 1st and 10, which is what it should be. He had picked up the first down prior to the penalties happening. So for some reason it's 1st and 9. It is normally whenever you have a new stadium opening, it's because, you have some issues maybe with the soda or something like that. But it seems like there may be some issues on the field.
Well, Conway's not getting the benefit of the doubt on any of these calls earlier here.
So now 1st and 10. And they'll give it back to Kevin Chamorro. Let him run angry. Kevin Chamorro knocked out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Big run by Chaco.
Oh, and finally the pass has set up the run for Conway, and it's been the other way around for most of the years that we've covered this. It's good to see there. Lots of room for Chamorro on that left side there. Colton Jackson over there too, blocking.
They'll put the ball down at the 21-yard line where he stepped out of bounds. Matt Cummins goes out to the left side. DJ Johnson, Brock Mitchell to the near side.
Good to see Conway in positive rushing territory now, 21 yards.
Smith and Chamorro in the backfield. Braylon will throw. No, now he'll keep.
Well, and that's a designed little quarterback draw there.
That we have not seen very often.
No, and I don't know if we want to.
To the 16-yard or 17-yard line. 2nd down.
And he can run, but you just don't want to see him get hit. I'm surprised there wasn't more of a hole there for him to run to either. It looked like a good fake. Pretty solid defensive line for Springdale Har-Ber.
Yeah, they're big on both sides of the ball. Braylon Smith looks. Ooh. That ball came out of his hand as he was moving his hand forward, or certainly looked like it.
Yeah,
incomplete pass.
Yeah.
The official got turned around. He's facing the other way. But it is 3rd down. Well, we've seen a couple of things that you don't normally see. Braylon with a design run and the ball slipping out of his hand.
And normally the official looks up to the press box when he's giving his call. But
that is true. It's easy to get turned around. This press box is only 5 stories tall.
Big 3rd down here for Conway. Moving the ball successfully. They need to get some points out of this.
3rd and 6. Mitchell in motion. He'll stop there. Braylon rolls to the right. Throws.
Got him. Oh!
Pass was intended for his tight end, Hunter Rose, and Hunter knows that he had it.
Oh, that's a great throw. Right in his hands. He was thinking about turning upfield and getting a touchdown. Conway's instead going to get an opportunity for a field goal here.
Harrison Pugh on to hold. Saxon Smith is the deep snapper. And Matt Cummins will attempt the 34-yard field goal from straight away.
Certainly in his range. Not much wind.
Good snap. The hold and the kick
Good.
is good. And the
Yep.
Wampus Cats take a 10-7 lead with 10:53 to play in the first half. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corporation, Channel 5 Sports.
No, you hang up first. No, you hang up first.
A, B, C. Guess what, Grandma? I got the game ball.
Check this out. This is my future ride.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I got the job.
Sorry, Dad. I gotta run.
One more thing, son. I'm proud of you.
$10:53 to play in the first half. The Wampus
No, you hang
10-7. Matt Cummins with a 34-yard field goal attempt that goes through. Well, it was good to get some points out of that.
Yeah.
It wasn't the prettiest of drives and had a lot going on between the penalties, or were they penalties or not, or the sideline warnings and the ball coming out and Braylon trying to run and dropped passes, and that all just happened in one drive.
Ashcraft getting penalties, yeah.
Yeah.
But the main thing is they got points, and that's exactly what they needed. Take the lead in this game. And they got the rushing game going, too, so that's a very positive sign for Conway. And the defense has been on quite a roll, too. Let's see if they can keep that up, holding Har-Ber at bay. And now they've got out their other quarterback.
Brandon Still.
Yeah, Brandon
the
Still.
big lefty. All 6'5" of him. He will hand off to Hannon.
Star with a – he's saying he was held, and it did look like he was held. He still managed to get off of that block and make a tackle or get in on it.
Out to the 26, 2nd down and 4. Still, who started the last couple of games. Trey Smith got the start tonight. Handoff.
A little
That's
misdirection.
Nasilla.
Yep.
Enough for a first down. He is big for a running back. 6'2", 222 pounds. At the 32-yard line now, 1st and 10. They'll play with a little bit of pace. Back to Nasilla. He goes right to the 36-yard line, 2nd down.
Good job up front by Conway.
This is the 3rd week in a row that we have seen a team with multiple options at running back. It's none of these teams that we've played have really just been one guy.
Right.
With the quarterback for Cabot and the backs that they had, and Jonesboro had a stable of them back there. Hannon gets his turn. He'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down coming up.
Boy, Nyberg doing a great job in that middle there. He's got some tough matchups. Making a tackle earlier, getting disruptive right there.
Daniel Nyberg, 252-pound senior nose guard. And he's the one that gets to set up right over the ball against those big offensive linemen. 3rd down and 4. They'll stay on the ground to Hannon. Great tackle, Nick Starr.
Yeah, when he's not held, he's pretty darn good. Great play there.
It'll be 4th down.
And a good mark there by the officials.
4th and 3.
Ball carrier had the ball about 2 yards ahead of that. They took it back to where it should have been.
Ball at the 39, and it's 4th down. Boy, Cats need to make a stop here. Still. Flag came in. It looked like there was movement. Sure was. Movement on the Har-Ber side of the ball.
And that's right in front of Starr, too. I think he's the one that caused that. He's wreaking some havoc right now.
Nick Starr, the senior.
That changes their decision. They were definitely going for it there. Now they're going to punt.
So Trey Smith, their sophomore, number 5, started the game at quarterback, plays some receiver, clearly also handles the punting. He is back to punt. Colin Condit and Brock Mitchell back to receive.
Ooh.
Bad punt. Don't touch it.
Mitchell thought about it.
Well, that's the 3 craziest punts you'll ever see.
Yep.
There's absolutely nothing that should have been positive about those punts, and they've all moved the Wampus Cats back.
Catching some breaks there. And, you know, with that kind of punt, you never know what's going to happen. It could have ricocheted off of a Conway player.
Yeah, it could have hit his own lineman in the back.
It could have hit anybody. Could have hit the official.
It didn't get above anybody's head.
No.
All right, so 8:15 to play. We are in the first half, second quarter. Cats up 10-7.
DJ Johnson with just 1 reception in this game.
Hand off to Mark Odom. Odom dropped. Loss of a yard on the play.
I don't know if he's had a rush for a loss all season.
Second down and 11. Clock goes under, 8 minutes to play in this first half. Brock Mitchell, DJ Johnson, far side. Braylon Smith. And he's got Odom behind him. Braylon.
Great block by Odom.
Pass complete to DJ Johnson.
Well, it's first
See where
down.
the mark is. Sure enough, they're going to put it at the 35-yard line, which is where he caught it. It'll be first down.
What a great reception, because that defender was on his back right when he was catching it. Good job.
First and 10.
I want to say he's coming off of a tough game where he had a couple of drops, but he had, what, almost 200 yards?
Yeah, 189 yards on 8 receptions.
So, yeah, I think most receivers would love to have a tough game like that.
That's right.
Great catch right there.
Braylon changing the play.
6 seconds. Plenty of time.
Steps up and throws deep. He wants Brock Mitchell. Mitchell got it.
He got it. Oh, my goodness. That is great body position right there. That ball was just thrown up. Braylon trusting his receiver to get position and make that catch or knock it away. And he got in position and put himself between the defender and the ball and made that great reception.
Brady Patrick was there on the coverage. He had a little bit of a height advantage on Brock Mitchell, but you're right. Brock did exactly what he had to do, got in position and made the catch.
Yep, put his body into him.
47
great.
yards on the reception. First and 10. You saw Braylon change the play, and boy, he made the right call.
Ooh.
A little extra pushing going on there following the incomplete pass. Second down and 10.
DJ Johnson right in the middle of that, ping-ponging around.
You get the feeling that, you know, in addition to the film work that they've done on the 2014 season, I wonder if this Har-Ber team watched any of the end of their 2013 season. They have been very, very physical.
Yeah, you're right.
Braylon up under center. Pitch. Mark Odom. Mark looking for a block. DJ gives it to him. Mark Odom.
Wow.
Into the end zone. An 18-yard run for Odom.
He just plowed over that cornerback in the end zone. What a run, and a great block by DJ Johnson on the outside there. He's the one that freed that up on the outside. Watch him with this block here, and Odom's able to just go around him. That is great blocking.
Matt Cummins on to attempt the extra point. Harrison Pugh will hold it. Saxon Smith will snap it. All three were handled perfectly, and the Wampus Cats are on top 17-7 with 6:41 to play in the first half. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corporation, Channel 5 Sports.
Legacy Fencing, our office staff and installers work hard each day to ensure that you, our customer, receive the best possible service. From the initial call you make to our office to the final step in the installation process, you'll be dealing with highly competent fencing professionals. Our ultimate goal is not just selling you a fence. We want to be the company that you return to for all your future fencing needs. We are Legacy Fencing, fencing for a lifetime.
Which one's on offense? Yeah, playing receiver. 6:41 to play in the first half, and the Wampus Cats are on top 17-7. Matt Cummins with the extra point, and now about to kick off. But, man, those were two plays there. The Brock Mitchell catch and then that Odom run were fantastic.
Yeah, it's starting to work out well. They were really shutting our run down earlier, and now everything's kind of working. The pass has set up the run, and both are working right now. And most importantly, the defense is working, which was a big scare with that first opening drive by Har-Ber.
We talked earlier about being prepared for the emotion of this game and being able to handle the way that Har-Ber was going to come out with that emotion, and they played great. Well, they came out just exactly like you kind of thought they would. But the Wampus Cats have been able to handle it, and at this point have a 10-point lead, and they'll send their defense back out. 6:41 to play in this first half. While we wait to get started here with the next set of plays, I want to remind you that Conway Corporation customers enjoy internet speeds that are 10 times faster than the national average. You ought to give them a call and make sure you've got the exact right internet for you. Call 450-6000, 450-6000 to get hooked up with Conway Corporation Internet. 6:41, and Brandon Still will come back out to begin the next drive for the Har-Ber Wildcats. He sat for most of the first quarter. He's their starting quarterback, but instead they went with the Wildcat, and that got him some points on the board. But now the traditional look with Still. Luke Hannon on the carry to the 26-yard line. Hunter Scott stops him. It's 2nd down and 4. Hannon's helmet pops off, so he'll have to come off the field.
Yeah, that Wildcat was working on that first drive, but Conway has really taken that out now. And Brennan Still in that traditional offense has had some success, but Conway's, a bent but not broken deal and stopped them on the last several drives.
Hand off to Nasilla. He's got room on the outside, but a great tackle.
Yeah.
That is Kalen Pouncey.
Got a first down, though.
Move the chains. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. .31-yard line. Chris Wood is the head coach, longtime coach here. Had a stop in Nashville, I believe, before he got to Har-Ber, but coached in this part of the state before that moved down to southwest Arkansas. Still keeps and bounces off the pile.
Yeah.
Good job wrapping up, but by Nick Starr, 5 yards down the field.
They had him at the line of scrimmage.
It is 2nd down.
The big guy showing some mobility there, picking up some yards.
Three wideouts for the Wildcats.
Har-Ber yet to have a pass.
This may be the first.
0 for 1. They haven't completed a pass.
2nd time tonight that Still has thrown. 2nd time tonight, Hunter Norris has hit him in the backfield and put him on the ground. And the 2nd time tonight, the pass has been overthrown.
Pretty well covered by Jackson out there in coverage.
J.J. Jackson had such a great first week against Cabot. Nice play there in the coverage, and it is 3rd down. 3rd down and 4. And they'll hustle to the line of scrimmage. Flags come in. Going to be offsides against the Wampus Cats, so that's going to give Har-Ber a 1st down, 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's tough. You don't want to give up that 1st down. They were having some good stops there, giving up the 1st down with a penalty.
Ball at the 42-yard line. 5:10 to go in the first half. The Cats are on top 17-7. Mark Odom, his 2nd touchdown as a Wampus Cat. It's a great 18-yard run. DJ Johnson with a good block, and you mentioned it. He knocked that safety down when he got into his way in the end zone.
He ran him over.
1st down and 10. Back to the air. Pass complete to Nasilla, but he will not go anywhere.
Great.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Cats coming off the pile there. Nasilla didn't have a chance. It's 2nd down.
Nick Starr, one of the first ones in there. Great play by the linebacker.
And it was difficult to see, of course, but you could see it in Nick's face mask how his head moved as that play was starting to develop. Even as he was fighting off that block, he was seeing that play turn out to be exactly what it was, and he was able to get there. Loss of 7 on the play. It's 2nd down and 17. Handoff. That's Hannon, and he'll be dropped at the 47-yard line, short of the first down. J.J. Jackson steps up. 3rd down upcoming.
One of the few times you see Condit miss. He came in to fill that hole, and Hannon with a nice move, getting around him.
3rd down and 5. Boy, it looked to be some movement there, but no
certainly
flag.
Did.
Nasilla running over people down to the 48-yard line.
And that's probably another first down, real close. Boy, just getting enough. They may bring the chains out here, yeah.
So they'll stop the clock with 3:27 to go.
Got a feeling if they are short, they're going to go for it here.
These two teams, as we mentioned, finished, or it was the finish of the Har-Ber season a year ago. It was 52-42 in that game. Braylon Smith, 15-24, 337 yards and 4 touchdowns. And what was a rainy night in November a year ago, putting 52 on the board in the quarterfinals.
That was just a great game to watch.
Kevin Chamorro that night, 9 carries, 72 yards, and 3 touchdowns. They played in 2010. Conway hosted Har-Ber in the quarterfinals, and Har-Ber got the better of them that year. But this the game 1 of a 2-year home-and-home series. It was just enough for a first down, so 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. The Wildcats continue their possession, trailing by 10 with 3.5 minutes to play in the first half.
Defense has been close to getting a stop on these last couple of first downs. Got to come up with one here.
Handoff to Nasilla. He runs into the pile and moves that pile. Crosses the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, nice push. Didn't seem like there was much there. Turned into one of those rugby scrums where everybody's just pushing.
That's right.
Turned out well for Har-Ber. Har-Ber now 136 yards all through the air.
2nd down and 6. 2:40 to go in the first half. Cats up 2 scores. That's a big deal. You want to obviously be up, but if you can be up 2 scores, it's even better, and it's a 10-point lead. Luke Hannon runs into Daniel Nyberg. Boy, good tackle by Nyberg. Drops him at the 43-yard line. It will be 3rd down upcoming.
Nyberg having a nice night. Doesn't get his name called on every play, but he's getting penetration back there and causing problems. Allowing other Wampus cats to make the plays.
Hannon again. And he is stood up at the line of scrimmage. Great job. That's Hunter Scott.
Yeah.
Hunter Scott got him. Colin Condit was there as well.
Scott just stood him up, though, yeah.
Great job. And then good sportsmanship by Hunter to help him up. So 1:40 to play, and it is 4th down. Clarify that, 1:40 to play in the first half. It is 4th down. And they're going to run the play. Hannon stopped at the 40. Going to push him back. He will not get it.
Yep.
And then Nick Starr.
Oh, come on.
Nick Starr making the tackle.
And that gets the flag. Wow, you get the stop, and then
He's checking on him. Nick is. He's just making a play. And the helmet came off, and that helmet popping off.
Yeah, I don't know if the helmet didn't pop off.
Right.
The flag may not have come out. Wow. You get the stop on 4th down, and you give it up on a penalty.
And that was 34 that you saw there on the sideline, and he and Nick able to talk to each other for just a second.
Yeah.
But that's going to be a big penalty. That's what Coach Ashcraft is asking about that on the far sideline. And if it's
it would be on the Conway offense, right?
Well, I was going to say that's
Yeah.
if the play was dead,
Yeah.
then it's 1st and 10 Wampus Cats.
Right.
And then the penalty occurs.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they're talking about.
Yeah.
What a wild first half. My goodness, a little bit of everything. If it was after the play, and that's what the call.
They blew the whistle. It's Conway's ball.
It is a personal foul against the Wampus Cats. First down, Wampus Cats.
Conway, yeah.
So the Cats are going to have it, which that's the right call, probably on both sides. I mean, the helmet coming off, you want to make sure that you're protecting the players, and then Nick knew immediately, too. He was just making a play, and the helmet.
Yeah.
You know, Hannon's helmet's popped off a couple of times tonight anyway.
Yeah, a lot of those kids don't strap them. They got 2 straps, and they just put one on, you know.
All right, well, 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats. And, boy, what an opportunity here for the Cats. 1st and 10 with 1:22 to go in this first half, leading by 10. Ball at the 24-yard line and a chance to maybe do something else here. You mentioned the lack of wind, and that is a good thing for Matt Cummins because that's going to put him in field goal range pretty quickly.
Yeah, good thing for Braylon Smith too. He can just let them fly, like he did earlier to Brock Mitchell.
3 wideouts. Darrell McCoy in the game, set up as the H-back. And Carlisle Johnson, tailback position, right behind Braylon. Quick pass. That's Matt Cummins. He spins at the 31 and is dropped. Conway's got all 3 timeouts if they choose to use them. It's 1st and 10, or excuse me, 2nd down, following the 1st and 10 play. Ball at the 31-yard line.
It's a good time to start running the ball. Well, 56 seconds left.
Braylon
can't run it.
Pressured. Hold on to it. Braylon will be dropped at the 18-yard line.
Love to see a draw right there.
Big loss on the play. It'll be 3rd down. And a timeout. We'll have timeout called by Har-Ber. And so they want to stop the clock with it being 3rd and a whole lot. 44 seconds to play in the first half. We'll take 30 seconds and come back with the 3rd down play next on Conway Corporation, Channel 5 Sports.
Ever since Dad got the new Ninja, there have been a lot of changes around here.
Ninja is whole home DVR plus high-speed internet.
Please review for me the levels of power. Stealth.
DVR for up to 6 TVs.
Wisdom.
Enhanced menu and search options.
Ninja lets you start watching on one TV, then pause, and start it up again on another TV. Ninja, master your remote. Available with Conway Corporation Internet and digital cable.
44 seconds to play in the first half. It's 3rd down and 14. They'll actually put the ball down at the 21-yard line. Halftime is coming up here in just a few moments, and we want to let you know that our intentions were to bring you the Wampus Cat Marching Band because they are going to perform tonight. Unfortunately, because of a brand new press box, there was not a way for us to get sound. That's why it sounds so quiet. You know there's noise out there, but there is not an external microphone out of this press box, and so we will not be able to have the band for you. We will work to have that fixed before Siloam Springs next week and certainly by our next home game in a couple of weeks when we're back home in early October. All right, back to action on 3rd and 14. Carlisle Johnson bounces off close to a first down. He's out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Well, that was a great run by Carlisle.
Making something out of nothing there. Let's see if he gets a favorable mark here. And we hadn't gotten one tonight, so that's not going to be the case.
It'll be 4th and short.
Boy, he was caught at the line of scrimmage, though, and he made something out of nothing there. You would think Conway would punt here. You definitely don't want to give them the ball.
And the yard marker is saying 3rd down. Did we miss it down? No, they've changed it to 4th.
Yeah, it's 4th.
All right, 4th down. And about a yard. And, here comes Grant Ellis.
34 seconds left. Definitely don't want to give them a chance right there if you don't make it.
So 34 seconds, back deep to receive is Dalton Duangdiar.
Well, if we snap, we could get them with too many men on the field. They are clear now.
Tyler Smith back there as well, but there is a flag that's come in. There was a flag that came in from back in the secondary. of the Har-Ber Wildcats as well, back where they're set to receive. So unusual place for that flag to come in. But now looks like another timeout is being called. So the Cats are up 17-7, but it has certainly been a very disjointed first half in a lot of ways. So once again, while we have a moment, just want to apologize to all of our fans of the band, and that was certainly part of our plan for tonight when we knew that they were going to be performing. But once again, you would not be able to hear them, and so we will get that fixed, and we'll certainly have it for you with the 3 remaining home games that we have during the regular season, and hopefully with some playoff games, we'll have the band for you. We'll be able to hear and see their performance. We are in a brand new facility. There's the places where there'll be grass that's still mud. It's that sort of thing. If you've ever built a house, you walk around and you see where they've got it all roped off where you can't walk. And so part of that is the inability for them to allow us to get a microphone outside. And so if it sounds like we're broadcasting from the Har-Ber Library, that's not the case. We're actually in the press box at the stadium. Just unfortunate we can't have the external sound tonight. So 34 seconds, good snap to Grant Ellis. Grant's going to put a high punt in down at the inside the 30-yard line.
Nice punt.
Yep, great job. Down at the 28-yard line, down by Connor Maltbia, number 17. And so that's where Har-Ber's going to take over 1st and 10 at the 28. They haven't shown the ability to throw the ball downfield successfully yet. They're going to have 5 wideouts this time for Brandon Still.
Brandon Still 1 of 3 on the night, -6 yards.
That one completion to Nasilla, and he was dropped for that 6-yard loss. Like you said,
and
flag comes in.
That's probably holding. Although there's a helmet ripped off of another Har-Ber player. They might call hands to the helmet. That's the face mask.
Hunter Scott
defense
made the stop, but once again, the helmet popping off. And for whatever reason that's happening, you want that to stop. That's a safety issue. And that is going to be called against the Wampus Cats. Boy, it has been a tough night penalty-wise for the Cats.
Yeah, that's the 7th one. Only 3 for Har-Ber, 3 for 20 for them.
So up to the 36-yard line now.
15 seconds left.
And when this half ends and the Wampus Cats head to their locker room is actually, I guess it's probably another, that's probably 200 yards away.
It's pretty
long
ways
the 2
away.
Football fields over to what looks to be the basketball arena here on the campus. And so they will have to make that walk over and back during the halftime. Looks like it will be a little bit of an extended halftime, though, so there'll be at least a chance to get over there and get off their feet for a little while and get rehydrated.
Clock was running.
The clock was running. It should have been at 15 seconds when the clock started, when they were ready, but timeout instead called by Har-Ber.
Got to use them all, I guess.
17-7, the Cats are up by those 10 points. Don't forget about Conway Corporation offering the NFL Red Zone as we're a few weeks into the NFL season. You can watch every touchdown from every game all on one channel with NFL Red Zone. Red Zone takes you from game to game to see the most exciting plays as they happen live, all the action every Sunday, all season long in stunning HD quality. Call 450-6000 and they can get you hooked up with the Red Zone, 450-6000. 17-7, the Cats are on top. The penalties have certainly been a part of the story. Missed opportunities, a little bit a part of the story, and just the way that there's really been no rhythm to this game. It started a half hour later than normal because of the festivities before the game, the penalties, the non-penalties. Just an odd start to what's been an interesting first half, but just one that's had very little rhythm. Still will throw deep.
Oh, he's got room. Boy, he had a step on him.
Incomplete pass intended for Tyler Blackston.
He had a step on Jackson, overthrew him.
And that incomplete pass is going to bring all zeros to the scoreboard clock, and that's going to do it for the first half. 17-7, Conway leads Har-Ber. We will take a 60-second timeout. When we come back, we will have the third quarter for you from Wildcat Stadium. It's coming up on Conway Corporation, Channel 5 Sports.
Hi, I'm Robin Dyer, and I would love for you to come work out with me on my show called Burn. This workout is going to be quick, something you can do at home for your busy lifestyle. Give me about half an hour, and I'm going to help you find your breathless edge. So come join me, and let's get this together.
Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium. It's Jeff Matthews and Jim Files. Stats Scott Taylor is here, and Levi Gilbert's our producer. Tonight it's 17-7. The Cats are on top by 10. Jim, some of those first half numbers that stand out to you.
Yeah, well, it was a big first half for Braylon Smith, and for the third week in a row, that guy is just getting better and better. 12 of 19, 192 yards and a touchdown. Brock Mitchell, the main target tonight, 6 receptions, 122 yards and a touchdown. Matt Cummins with 3 for 45. And DJ Johnson, the guy that has been the main receiver, only 2 receptions tonight, 18 yards. And we got Esther Jordan for 1 reception for 7 yards. And the ground game, is the question mark for Conway. And through much of that first quarter, they were in negative territory, but really came on there in the second period. Conway 8 rushes, 44 yards. Kevin Chimura with 3 for 21, and Mark Odom 2 for 17, and a punishing run that ended in a touchdown for him. And for Har-Ber, Brandon Steele, only 1 of 4, negative 6 yards passing. Luke Hannon, their main rusher tonight, 12 attempts, 72 yards for them.
A little surprised that they didn't at least go back to the Wildcat a little bit in that second quarter?
Well, outside of that first drive, it really got shut down by that Conway defense. I'm not surprised they went to it, away from it, but I am surprised they didn't go back to it any in that second period.
And they'll begin the third quarter with their starting quarterback, Brandon Still. He didn't start at quarterback tonight, but actually, correction, that is not Brandon Still. That is the other quarterback, Caleb Daniels, the senior. So a change at third person tonight, who's taking snaps at quarterback for Chris Wood, trying to find some sort of combination. Again, this is a team that's been, the last 2 weeks, had huge losses on the road in Missouri. The 2 of the better teams in the Show Me State, and now playing Conway tonight, trailing 17-7 at the start of the third quarter, the inaugural game in their brand new stadium. $5.5 million spent to turn this practice field into the stadium here on their campus. And they want desperately to get a win tonight.
Searching for answers at quarterback tonight. She mentioned Caleb Daniels. He did start last year against Fort Smith Southside, but not a lot of experience.
Luke Hannon on the carry. It was enough for a first down, and so it'll be 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. We saw a hold there that wasn't called on Austin Norris. And granted, it's a lot easier to see it in slow motion in a replay, but you'd hope that they would catch that too. Nasilla carries out to the 40. Boy, he is a load. Good stop. Cameron Laird steps up and makes the tackle. At the 40-yard line, it's 2nd down.
It seems like the Conway defensive ends have arms around them. I mean, it looks kind of like holding from here, but jerseys being pulled, that stuff. But
Daniels in at quarterback. You mentioned he got to start a year ago against Fort Smith Southside. And all kinds of movement.
I'm real impressed with this Conway defense. It really looked like they were going to be steamrolled, and I mentioned earlier the trouble they've had in the first 2 games, giving up a lot of points. It looked like they were going to do the same here, and game not over yet. But a very impressive turnaround after Har-Ber scored on that opening drive.
averaging 25 points given up a game, 50 points through 2, just 7 tonight. Daniels will look over. And they have just not been able to get into any sort of rhythm passing the ball. We'll see if Daniels gives it a shot here at 2nd and 9. He will. Pressure. Steps out of it. He'll be stopped by Daniel Nyberg at the 40-yard line. 3rd down and 4.
Nyberg being very active there. Conway bringing a linebacker.
Michael Garlington and J.J. Jackson are your corners. Colin Condit and Cole Evans. A couple of seniors back there in the secondary playing safety. Cole Evans, one of our captains tonight. So 3rd down. Caleb Daniels. Pressure coming in. Going to stack him up at the 37-yard line, and he is stopped. Saxon Smith is there on one side, and Austin Norris on the other. 4th down upcoming.
Boy, yeah, they just collapsed that pocket from all sides up the middle and on the edges. Great job by that Conway defensive line, who were getting pushed around in those first couple of series. Really standing up and turned this game around.
Great job by those guys. All right, 4th down and 6. Chris Wood's going to go for it here. They'll run the ball. That's the success they've had tonight. It's not going to be enough. Conway's going to have great field position for their first drive of the 3rd quarter.
Wow, what a stand by this defense. Very impressive. Don't draw any flags. Don't give them any reason to throw a celebration penalty. You should be excited, though. That's a great job, Conway defense.
See what Brian Rainey's got dialed up here for the first play after a big stop. Great field position. See where number 1 lines up. He's going to come to the near side, it looks like. DJ Johnson.
Johnson having a quiet night. Just 2 receptions, 18 yards.
Safety's going to cheat over this way a little bit.
Yeah, looks like he's got a little help. Try to disguise it.
Braylon.
He's in single coverage. And
he's got him over the middle.
Exactly where he's looking. Oh, he just overthrew him a little bit. Or underthrew it.
TJ Johnson.
Boy, they got exactly what they wanted on that. And Braylon wished he had that one back.
Matthew Wentz, the Wildcat who was trying to cover DJ Johnson. 2nd down and 10.
And Braylon just doing a great job. He read that safety. It was trying to cheating over, looked like double coverage, and he came up. It was obvious he was going to play the run. And DJ Johnson was in single coverage, wide open across the middle. High pass, couldn't be handled.
Incomplete, 3rd down and 10. Brock Mitchell went up high, but the defender on his way in and stretching for it and trying to bring it in, bracing for the hit, couldn't make the catch.
Mitchell trying to get his 7th reception.
A diving catch by Mitchell in the first half was a great catch. 9:15 to go, 3rd down and 10. We're in the 3rd quarter. Cats are on top by 10.
2 missed opportunities there. Right play call, wide open. 2 bad passes there.
Smith in the pocket, throws. And a huge hit.
Well, they're saying he intercepted it here. Yeah,
pass was picked off. Matt Cummins makes the tackle. Interception made by Michael Neal. A huge hit on Brock Mitchell as he went spinning. And the defense back out there.
Boy, that's a wasted possession there. Great field position, and 2 pass plays, especially the one to DJ Johnson. That would have been a huge gain. Conway, I don't know if anybody could have stopped him if he makes that catch.
First interception of the year thrown by Braylon Smith.
Yeah, that was just a mistake. That was the one guy you didn't want to throw it to. He was in triple coverage there, sandwiched. Michael Garlington coming up to make the tackle.
Tackles Trey Smith, who was open and made the catch at the 37-yard line. Short gain, it'll be 2nd down.
They're just recently in positive territory with their passing game.
Yeah, good open field tackle by Garlington. They know how fast 5 is, and you got to wrap him up and bring him down.
Yep. They look there again.
Tipped.
Ooh. High pass gave Conway an opportunity there.
Falls incomplete.
Nobody around it.
3rd and 5. Yeah, looking for Trey Smith again. Being 5'6", he spends a lot of his time jumping for whatever it might be. A snap that's over his head or a pass that's a little bit too high. But you can see why they try to get the ball to him. He is a playmaker.
He is, definitely.
8.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 5 facing the Wildcats. 3rd down and 10 coming up for the Wildcats. A lot of penalties tonight. So they'll put the ball down at the 33-yard line. Tyler Blackston, number 19, is their leading receiver. He is to the top of the formation. J.J. Jackson's got him. Come up with a quick count to try to draw the Wampus Cats off sides, but good discipline by the Cats. A lot of time.
Yeah, he's got good protection this time.
Daniels throws.
Ooh.
Cole Evans dives and can't come up with it, and now it's 4th and 10.
Evans had a shot at that. Defensive backs doing their job, though, guarding the receivers.
4th and 10 is going to bring on Trey Smith. So a good job by our defense to get back out on the field following the interception. Get a stop and get the ball back. First of the year. Colin Condit, DJ Johnson. Deep to receive Trey Smith's punt. And those have all been adventurous. Whether they've been line drives or over his head and whatever it might be. And they can't get the right team on the field. And so Har-Ber has to burn a timeout here. 8:28 to play in the 3rd quarter. Cats up by 10. Let's take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corporation, Channel 5 Sports.
No, you hang up first. No, you hang up first.
A, B, C. Guess what, Grandma? I got the game ball.
Check this out. This is my future ride.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I got the job.
So they've got the right people on the field. So do we. And 8:28 to play in the 3rd quarter. Trey Smith will punt. See what the snap's like. And it's a good one. Trey will punt it end over end. And a good roll once again down inside the 20-yard line. It'll finally stop, and the Wampus Cats will have it 1st and 10. Not a good start to the 3rd quarter offensively for the Wampus Cats. Braylon had that open shot at DJ Johnson and wasn't able to hook up with him.
The plays were right for Conway.
Yes,
The execution was a little off. Yeah, definitely. And then the high pass to Brock Mitchell, and then the pass to Brock Mitchell that nearly got him killed across the middle. Let's see if Braylon's got his arm a little better under control. His head's in the right place. The calls are right and the decisions are right. It's just the execution on the throw.
1st and 10. Braylon throws complete.
Not much there.
Matt Cummins.
Conway can't forget the run, too.
Justin Setzer on the stop. Yeah, the couple of times that they went to the run, especially that drive that Kevin had, a couple of nice runs.
Conway 8 rushes, 44 yards. And it's been a little while since we've seen a rush.
2nd down and 7. Run here with Kevin Chamorro. Kevin into the secondary and move the chains. 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats to the 35-yard line.
There we go. That is great to see. Got to keep that threat of the run.
And that play went left for a moment, and then Kevin took it out right. Good job out there to move the chains.
And good to have that going, too. With the lead Conway's got, you want to take as much time as you can, and a rush does that.
Senior running back there, number 44, Kevin Chamorro.
DJ in single coverage, but
was looking for Kevin on the screen pass, but Chamorro slipped and pass falls incomplete, so it's second down.
And a good play, Braylon Smith, just throwing that into the ground at his feet. Don't take the loss, don't take the hit. Try again here at second down.
Brock Mitchell and DJ Johnson out here to the near side. Cummins in motion. Braylon Smith looks to throw. He wants Matt Cummins. Got him. Boy, Matt's played a nice game tonight. Yeah. That was a pass. He turned. He was running backwards basically when he caught it. Still able to pick up a few yards. Third down and 4.
Yeah, they bring him across the field there, and he draws a linebacker into coverage, and that's an easy matchup for him. And even the pass was even a little behind him, but there was still time for him to make the catch and pick up some yards.
They're going to put it down right at the 40, so third down and 5. 3 wide outs, bringing Darrell McCoy as the H-back. Smith looks for Matt Cummins. Got him. Cummins to the 20-yard line. First and 10, Wampus Cats.
Uh-oh. That's not good to see. Well, definitely slow getting up. He is on his knees. You do not want to see that guy get hurt.
Braylon with a great throw down to the 33.
Beautiful throw. And you can see wrapped up right around his legs. It's a good tackle, but that can certainly cause some leg injuries.
And they're checking on him.
And it seemed like he knew right away, too, from his reaction. Went ahead and tried to get up.
He's going to be able to walk off.
Okay.
So whatever that was.
That's a positive sign.
Yeah, absolutely. First and 10. Ball at the 21-yard line for the Wampus Cats.
Big play there. Finally connecting. Just a little out of rhythm here coming into the second half. Braylon Smith sharp there.
On the ground, Chamorro kicks it out to the near side. This little stutter step runs over one of his own guys.
Brock Mitchell, get out of the way.
Won't do that again. They're talking about it. Second down coming up.
You got to have that mentality if you're running back. I mean, you're going to run over somebody.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully not your own man, but.
Well, it's that little stutter cutback right there, and all of a sudden, 14's in his way.
Yeah, and he was telling them, if you run forward and block, I got a little lane.
That's right.
Lined up to do it again here.
Braylon under center, rolls right. Will throw into the end zone.
Oh, he gave Johnson a chance. He put it right where he could catch it. Johnson unable to come up with that one.
Third down and 6.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. He could have tucked that and ran for some yards, but, I mean, he trusts his receivers.
Oh, that's a pass. If you've got it to DJ Johnson, you make it every time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And he's going to come up with that a whole lot more often than he's not. Matt Cummins.
Oh, that's great.
Back onto the field.
Great to see. He's got a little limp to him, yeah.
Third and 6.
And that's part of football. You get those bumps and bruises, you just got to keep playing.
Braylon, quick pass. DJ Johnson. He'll cut it up. DJ thrown down at the 6-yard line. It'll be first and goal for the Wampus Cats.
Great run after the catch there. He's kind of holding that ball out there. It makes you hold your breath for a minute. Did not come loose, though.
Good long drive here by the Cats. They needed something positive to happen here in the second quarter. The first drive didn't result in much offensively, and defense able to get the ball back. And so this drive has moved the ball down the field. Got him first and goal at the 6-yard line. Pressure. Pass is complete. That's Brock Mitchell.
Just short of the end zone now.
Second and goal at the 1.
All right, let's see if we go to the Rhino formation here. With 1 yard to go. 1 or 2.
Chamorro's in the game there at number 44. He's normally who runs that. They're looking over for the play, and that's exactly what it's going to be. Braylon will go out to the right. Their defense identifies it, pointing out that number 3 is now on the side. That's the quarterback, of course. Chamorro will get the snap. Kevin down to the goal line and into the end zone for a touchdown.
That is a lot of meat going forward right there for Conway. And they powered their way in, and what a great drive there for Conway.
Watch Kevin Chamorro here. He'll take the snap. Zach Mills, good job, number 72. Back there pulling, making a good block, getting Kevin in. And Braylon Smith and number 21, Justin Setzer, were mixing up with each other a little bit, and there is an injured player, and I believe that is Setzer, who was tangled up there with Braylon Smith. He's trying to walk it off, definitely limping. So Kevin Chamorro gets into the end zone, 1-yard run, makes it 23-7 Wampus Cats, and Cummins to attempt this extra point. Sets are moving slow, that's for sure, understandably so. So Matt Cummins, who was injured for a moment on that last drive, good to see him back on the field, and now at the spot where he's an all-stater.
Yeah, such a weapon on special teams.
No sign there that he's been injured ever. That was good. 24-7, the extra point is good. We'll take 30 seconds and come back to Har-Ber. Conway on top of the Wildcats, 24-7. You're watching Conway Corporation, Channel 5 Sports.
At Legacy Fencing, our office staff and installers work hard each day to ensure that you, our customer, receive the best possible service. From the initial call you make to our office to the final step in the installation process, you'll be dealing with highly competent fencing professionals. Our ultimate goal is not just selling you a fence. We want to be the company that you return to for all your future fencing needs. We are Legacy Fencing, fencing for a lifetime.
So it's 24-7. The Wampus Cats have the lead over the Wildcats. Matt Cummins will kick off here in just a moment. So a good drive, and the stats are most impressive for these Wampus Cats.
Yeah, it's Conway now 63 yards on the ground with that Kevin Chamorro touchdown. He's got 6 carries, 40 yards. But the star of the game is Braylon Smith, 17 of 29, 255 yards and a touchdown. And Brock Mitchell, 7 receptions, 127 yards. Matt Cummins, 6 for 92. And DJ Johnson picking up the pace a little bit, 3 for 29. Couple of misses there, or he would have a lot more.
So 255 yards tonight?
Yep, 255.
Along with the 555 he's thrown for already?
Yep.
What an incredible non-conference season this has been for Braylon Smith. Great start to the year, and there's no reason to imagine it's not going to continue. Back in this part of the state next week. We'll turn around and come back here next Friday afternoon, have the game next Friday night against Siloam Springs. Coach Ashcraft makes the return to his last job before coming and taking over the Wampus Cat program. Pass, boy, that could have been picked off by Jackson or Colin Condit. Pass was intended for Blackstone, or Blackston rather. Incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, if they were looking back, they might could have had that one. Good coverage.
Boy, Saxon Smith had a bead on him. Caleb Daniels in at quarterback. He'll hand the ball off. That's Luke Hannon. Hannon dropped by Cameron Laird. And looked like Cole Evans stepped up there too. Coleman got there first. 3rd down.
Conway really taking a beat on the quarterback and rushing those pass attempts by Har-Ber and getting some pretty good hits on the quarterback. They throw in that run up the middle. You expect them to get more out of it than that, but good job by the Conway defense.
Third down and 3. Hannon. He'll get enough for the first down. Hunter Scott and Nick Starr make the stop at the 35-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Third time these teams have met all time. Again, Har-Ber's only been playing football since 2006. First time that it hasn't been a state quarterfinal matchup in Conway.
Yeah.
Pass for Smith.
Ooh, did he catch it? They're saying it
Looked like he was juggling it. Pass complete at the 40. Second down. See the replay here. Oh, that was the previous play when the ball was knocked away. Good defensive play earlier. Second down and 4. 3:10 to go in the third quarter. Smith in motion. Hannon will run over that left side.
Boy, Hannon getting close to 100 yards now. I think that's going to take him over.
And he was the lone returner on offense as far as the starters go.
That's right. Only one starter back, and that's Hannon.
You know, this is a team that produced 2 SEC caliber players a year ago. One at Alabama and one at Arkansas. Under 3 minutes to play in the third.
Hall and Frazier. It's a lot to lose.
Daniels stands up in the pocket, and I'll step up and run. Knocked it loose. And he got it back. Nick Starr reached up, got that right hand on the ball, pulled it away at the midfield stripe. But a nice job by Daniels to find it. Watch 33 here, and the play develops. Reach up right there.
Starr is just a playmaker. Ripping that ball out.
That's about the only place it could have bounced that the ball wouldn't have ended up in the arms of a Wampus cat. Second down and 7. Smith in motion. Hand off to Nasilla. Hunter Norris.
Just a downhill
or
run.
Austin Norris, rather. Yeah, that downhill running. He's just so big. He's 6'2", 222. He gets the kind of his momentum going down.
Yeah. If you don't meet him at the line of scrimmage, he's going to go get some yardage. Once he gets that speed up, he's hard to stop. Another first down.
At the 43-yard line. Cats up 24-7. Conway looking to go a perfect 3-0 in the non-conference season. Smith in motion. They'll hand off to Nasilla. Again, that downhill motion that you talked about. And there comes more pushing and shoving. Boy, there's a lot of talking going on down on that field.
Conway hadn't gotten the call tonight.
Nope.
And that looked like it was both ways. Let's see how they call this.
Nick Starr and Damon Nelson.
Could be offsetting is what it looked like.
Well, it ought to be.
Let's see.
I mean, certainly not saying that.
Oh, looky there. Yeah,
yeah,
it's going to be offsetting.
Well, and again, that's probably what it ought to be.
Yeah.
You know, Nick shouldn't have responded, but they have been. And that's just what we're seeing. There's no telling what's being said down there.
Oh, yeah. Nick getting pushed in the back.
Yeah, absolutely. After the play's over, and then got grabbed and around the neck. Now, you know what? I said the wrong player. I said that was 67. Damon Nelson. That was actually 74. Big Quentin Chastain.
Yeah.
Their 6'6", 325-pound right guard. Daniels steps right and throws.
Time.
Pass complete at the 29-yard line.
Boy, the problem was he had too much time. Conway getting to him earlier, but not now.
Caleb Pianalto makes the catch. A familiar name to those that have followed Har-Ber football. Pianalto, the quarterback, a year ago, went on to Tulsa.
That's right.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. Approaching the last minute of the third quarter. Cats have extended their halftime lead out to 24-7. Hand off to Hannon, a lot of room. Slips at the 20-yard line and will be close to another first down. See where the mark is. Down at the 19, it's 2nd and short. Big burst by Hannon.
18 carries now, 113 yards for Hannon.
2nd and 1. I'll go back to him. Hannon down to the 15-yard line. You can move the chains for Har-Ber, 1st and 10. .40 seconds to play in the third. Kevin Chamorro 1-yard run on the last series for the Wampus Cats, the only scoring here in the third quarter.
30 seconds left in this quarter. Har-Ber starting to get a little rhythm here on this drive.
Daniels.
Boy, Starr is held. Oh, my gosh. There's the flag. Finally comes out.
And a flag in the end zone as well.
Yeah. Should be offsetting, but Starr had a bead on the quarterback, and he was held.
Well, Kalen Pouncey dropped back in coverage, and he knocked the ball away. But again, that second flag came down. We'll get the call here. Illegal man downfield, that will be declined, and holding. So both penalties against the Har-Ber Wildcats.
They're really watching for that illegal man downfield this year.
Watch the hold on 33 here.
Yeah, and Nick doing a great job. You know, stick your arm up, let him see it. Just good coverage there.
That was actually J.J. Jackson that knocked the ball away. So 18 seconds to play. We are in the third quarter. We're wrapping this third quarter up. What was 1st and 10 is now 1st and a lot more than that. All the way back to the 32-yard line. Daniels. Pressure. Cameron Laird on the blitz.
Wow.
Got him. Dropped him at the 45-yard line. A little delay on that.
Yep.
Just enough for Laird to get there and drop him for a large loss.
Laird with a great play there. It was the quarterback put a little move on him, but he kept a hold. Nice job of wrapping up there. Watch him as he comes through here. Almost escapes. Laird, they just wrapped him up and brought him down. Great job.
Got him out around the waist and dropped him there, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. We go to the fourth. Conway on top, 24-7. We'll take a 60-second timeout and come back on Conway Corporation, Channel 5 Sports.
This is my home. And here's my hot water heater, located right above my living room. And here's the mess it made when it leaked. Really leaked. Kind of throws off the ambiance, don't you think? Well, I stayed calm and called the experts at All Clean Restoration. So here it is, my living room before the water damage and my living room after.
Yeah.
Or as I like to think, my living room before All Clean, my living room after All Clean. All Clean Restoration, proudly serving all of Arkansas.
So we're about to begin the fourth quarter at Wildcat Stadium. It is the opening night of this new $5.5 million facility on the campus of Har-Ber High School here in Springdale. And it is not going the way the home team would like, but going exactly the way that, well, we all would like as Conway fans. 24-7, the Cats are on top, and it's second down and 36 as we begin the fourth quarter.
Michael Garlington a little slow to realize the quarter had changed.
He ran to the far side of the field on the other end of the field.
He got in position in time, though.
Pressure on the quarterback again, and Daniels will be sacked.
Yep. Defensive line is coming through and making some big plays.
And that is a huge offensive line that they are just pressuring. I think Laird got him again.
Yeah, Laird did again. Yep. He is having a huge second half here.
Dropped at the 45-yard line. It is third down. They've got to get all the way down to the 5 for a first.
Good to see this defense finding its rhythm. Tough first couple of games for them. Only one returning starter for this Conway defense. They're starting to answer some questions tonight.
Third down. Daniels. There comes that pressure. He's going to throw, and he's got a man wide open, but underthrows him. He had Tyler Blackston wide open at the 5-yard line, and he threw it to about the 10.
Jackson just lost him. He thought he had help with Condit coming over the top, and he didn't, and left his receiver wide open. Missed opportunity there by Har-Ber, and a good film lecture is going to come out of that for Jackson. Or Condit if he really was supposed to come over the top there, but it looks like Jackson just lost him.
So 4th and 39 with 11 minutes to play in the game, and Har-Ber will be forced to punt the football back. Conway's going to get it. Calling Condit back deep.
Well, he's handled those low snaps well. Fair catch on about 11.
And that's where the Cats will have it 1st and 10. So this Wampus Cat offense put 24 points on the board tonight. We've seen another big night from Braylon Smith throwing the ball. What we haven't seen is a consistent running game. But even if you look at the season-long stats, Kevin Chamorro was going into tonight was the only runner who'd gone over 100 yards for the season. And that's 100 yards for Kevin, 95 for Mark Odom, 75 for Carlisle Johnson.
Yeah.
Carlisle banged up a little bit last week. But, that's certainly a – when you're waiting for that to take off, you got to think you're in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I think so.
Boy, when those guys do, Carlisle's back there.
They're averaging 5.7 yards a carry. So, I mean, it's not a question of if. I think it's a question of when.
Without a doubt. Zach Ownby stops Carlisle at the 10-yard line, loss of 1, 2nd down and 11.
I really thought it would be tonight, but, Har-Ber was daring them to pass the ball. Conway accepted that challenge.
10.5 to go. Cats up 24-7.
Conway in no hurry here. Johnson with a loss on that carry.
Smith will throw. Looking deep for DJ Johnson.
Wow.
Got him at midfield, and he is stopped.
There was only one place that throw could have been put and worked, and that was it. What a perfect throw. Just dropped it right in to DJ Johnson.
Those two, thrilling to watch matchup.
And you think back to last year with Braylon Smith, and he would throw that ball with no air under it, and it was just on a line, and it would be an incomplete pass. This year you see that, and that was just a beautiful, beautiful pass. Great to see his development.
44-yard completion from Braylon Smith to DJ Johnson. Wampus Cat Marching Band and student section across the way, they're excited. Flag comes in. They'll blow the whistle.
False start on Conway. And that's one thing that's going to come out of this game is the penalties. And some of it's just due to, I think, the physical nature of this game and Conway fighting back. But you got to make sure you don't get called for those things. You can play physical without committing penalties.
1st down and 15.
That's Conway's 8th.
Ethan Williams will send it back to Braylon Smith. Braylon looking over the middle.
Got him.
Brock Mitchell makes the catch, takes the hit, down to the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats. And that will put Braylon over 300 yards passing again tonight. I don't know if you could tell there, but that almost looked like Braylon, as if there was another option that he had, but he kind of just pulled that down and threw it on a line.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. His decision-making has been great.
On the ground, Carlisle Johnson. Good block out there by Matt Cummins that gets him to the 1st down marker. Boy, you look up and down the field for this football team, and there's just smart football players everywhere you see.
Yeah.
They do the right thing. They know if they're not in the play as a receiver, in Matt's case there, he knows that that's his block. He's got to get his guy, hold him off, and so there's room out there. You just don't see receivers that always block that well. That's such a fundamental part of the game.
Right.
And both him and Brock are both great blockers.
Look at that hole, too. Those guys did a good job, and receivers downfield, as you mentioned. That's how the big runs happen. False start on T.J. Johnson. I know he's going to kick himself. At least that's what I saw. Let's wait for the call here, yeah.
9 minutes and 11 seconds to play in the ball game. Cats are up comfortably, 24-7. And this Wampus Cat defense, as we've talked about, giving up quite a few points the last couple of weeks, 25 a game, which is certainly not something that is what they're looking for. I think tonight, obviously, much more in line. They have handled a very physical team and kept them to just 7 points on the board. Carlo Johnson is going to run into that big Ricky Dobbins.
Yeah. You can't get through him. You might get around him, but not through him.
Dobbins, number 64, offers to play college football both at Arkansas State and Tulsa, and there's others that are coming after him. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the scouts saw him, a lot of recruiters saw him a year ago when they were watching Josh Frazier play next to him. Went on to Alabama. 8:40 to play. Clock running. 2nd down and 15. Braylon will throw. He's got Brock Mitchell. Brock takes a hit down to the 12-yard line.
He is so tough.
What a big night.
Yeah, he's having a big night and taking some big hits, too.
Yeah, even when the diving touchdown, I mean, that was kind of self-inflicted
right.
wounds there, but my goodness, he has just been bounced everywhere every time he's had a catch. So it's 3rd down and very short.
Brock Mitchell now 9 receptions, 161 yards.
Great night.
And a touchdown.
Here comes the Wildcat, the Rhino formation. And Chamorro on the right side. Down inside the 10, it'll be 1st and goal for the Wampus Cats. You saw that jersey stretch out, trying to grab onto anything they can.
And that was Ricky Dobbins that had a hold of that shirt tail. It slowed him down a little bit, but it didn't stop him. Surprised the shirt held up to that. Man.
Frank Jackson helping him tuck it back in. That's a good teammate.
Yeah.
Under 8 minutes to play in the game. Cats looking to get some more on the board. Braylon will roll right, look and throw. Looks for Brock Mitchell and got him. What a night. Brock Mitchell with the touchdown catch, a 7-yard hook up between him and Braylon Smith, and the Cats extend the lead to 30-7.
Brock's 10th reception, his 2nd touchdown, 167 yards. What a huge night for Brock. Braylon Smith, 20 of 32 on the night, 332 yards.
Matt Cummins' extra point is good. 31-7. The Wampus Cats have this one in control. We'll come back with the kickoff next on Conway Corporation, Channel 5 Sports. The happy group of Wampus Cats right over there. On the far side of the field from us, a lot of the fans, the Wampus Cat fans, have stuck around and are continuing to enjoy what they have been seeing tonight. We are seeing a lot of the Har-Ber fans who have called it a night and starting to exit the first game in their really beautiful new facility. Good look at the Wampus Cat marching band over there.
They are not used to losing, I can tell you that.
No.
0-3 now is unheard of for them.
31-7. They're 7 minutes and 43 seconds officially away from being 0-3, and the Wampus Cats being 3-0. It has been a really impressive, hard-fought performance for the Cats.
Yeah.
They have faced a team that came in here emotional, fired up, excited about everything that was going on, playing at home, came out fast, scored early. But the Cats have withstood that.
They did, and they're down early, 7-0, but they responded. Oh, lots of room there, lots of speed.
That's Trey Smith.
Yeah.
3 Wampus Cats track him down. Jorge Maldonado, Cole Evans, and Michael Garlington. But, yeah, Trey Smith. And, again, they had him running that Wildcat. Now a flag on the play. That looks like it's going to come back. False start on the Wildcats.
Yeah, Chris Wood has had nothing but positive things to say for Trey Smith, and just says he's a playmaker. At 1,800 yards last year for the junior high, did Trey Smith. A little bit tougher going tonight.
Absolutely.
This Conway defense is, I'm really blown away and impressed how much improvement I've seen with those guys.
Well, and you mentioned them being 0-3. They lost to Webb City, Missouri, who's the #1 team in the state and the defending state champions, 42-13. Then they played Kansas City Rockhurst, who has had multiple state championships, and they're quarterbacked by the son of a former NFL quarterback, Trent Green's son, TJ Green, and now taking on this Conway team that they lost to 52-42 a year ago. It has been tough sledding in the first 3 weeks for this Har-Ber squad. And I love Conway's non-conference schedule. I think these 3 teams are they're different types of challenges. They prepare them for different things going through the season. And to get out of this, what looks to be 3-0 is a fantastic start.
That's a perfect throw right there.
That's Daniels to Blackston. Blackston's their leading receiver coming into this game, out of bounds the 33-yard line.
Jorge Maldonado in coverage. I thought he was in great position. That was good coverage. It was just a perfect throw.
J.J. Jackson will come in, and Maldonado will head to the sidelines. So at the 33, it's 1st and 10, 7:13 to play in the game.
Definitely the best throw of the night from a Springdale quarterback.
Right, yeah, and they've played 3 of them there tonight if you include Trey Smith at the Wildcat. Good diving stop by Saxon Smith.
Didn't even give him a chance to get started. Great play by Saxon.
Under 7 minutes to go. Daniels throws right, pass incomplete.
Too high.
Carter McDonald, the intended receiver. Clock stops with 6:40 to play in the ball game. Again, the Wampus Cats on the road again next week. We'll come right back up here, right down the road. Siloam Springs, first time that we have made that trip. Siloam's a school that was 5A for years. Actually, they're smaller than that for a lot of years. Made the move up. They're in the 6A now, and we'll play host to your Wampus Cats next week.
Uh-oh.
Hannon.
Got to wrap up. Had him stopped at the line of scrimmage.
And a good move by the big guy.
Man.
Luke Hannon, an exciting run down inside the 10. It's 1st and goal for the Wildcats.
No give up there. Hannon fighting for yards. What a great run by him.
Once again, he's their only returner on this offensive side of the ball.
It's his 20th carry now, 142 yards.
And there's definitely some talent on this team.
Yeah.
Hannon's one of them. The other running back, Nasilla. Trey Smith is as exciting a player as we've seen of any of the 3, and all 3 teams had Cabot, Jonesboro, and Springdale Har-Ber. All 3 had really exciting players that were playmakers.
Well, and they're young, too. They're juniors and sophomores. They've got a lot of talent.
Hannon again. Daniel Nyberg first to get him at the 5-yard line. It's 3rd down and goal.
But for the most part tonight, they look like a team that returned 1 starter on offense and have a lot of young players.
Yeah, very true. Under 6 minutes to play in the game. It's 3rd and goal.
Will probably look a little different when they come to Conway next year.
Ball at the 4-yard line.
And I just don't know about the rotating quarterback thing. You got 3 guys back there. None of them can get in a rhythm. And that's one thing they have had tonight is trouble getting in rhythm.
Hannon again, but he cannot get in. Cats stop him. So 4th down and goal. Ball at the 2-yard line. Just outside the 1, actually. 5:15 to play in the game. 4th and goal from the 1. Nasilla is set up behind Caleb Daniels, the quarterback now. And he'll get the handoff. He was stopped in the second effort. He fell in. Condit got him low, but he's 6'2", so he was able to fall into the end zone.
Yeah, that's good size. You're right. Did hit him before he got a touchdown, but he was able to power through that and get in. And that was the best drive of the night for Springdale.
Long pass play. Hook up with Blackston and move the chains down. Set the ball down at the 3-yard line, and instead of a kick, they're going to go for 2. Daniels will look to throw, and instead will look to run, and he added quite a bit of yards to that run down the goal line, but it makes it 31-15 following that 2-point conversion. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. 5 minutes and 1 second to play. You're watching Conway Corporation, Channel 5 Sports. 31-15, Conway's on top, so a 2-point conversion, and Har-Ber's not giving up. We've been talking about 3-0s and 0-3s and all of that, and we've got to wait till the clock probably says all zeros to say that. Onside kick upcoming for Har-Ber as they're going to line up and try to kick it just down the line here. Got to kick it 10 yards, of course.
All the good hands people up front for Conway. And it's a good kick. And it's covered.
And fallen on by number 26, who we are still efforting. If that's Jordan Esther or Lathan Tipton.
Great job of getting on that ball, though, and not letting it come loose. Now, you'd like for Conway to turn to the run game here and just run the clock out.
And I do believe that's Jordan Esther, actually, on the travel roster. There's just 126. I believe that's Esther, but we will have that for sure before the next time we're on the road, which is next week. 31-15. Braylon Smith will come back out. What a night it's been for Braylon. Well, Mark Odom and Carlisle Johnson both trying to get a little playing time right now, and instead it's they're going to have to call a timeout to get the right 11 on the field. So we'll take 30 seconds along with the teams as they straighten that out and come right back on Conway Corporation, Channel 5 Sports.
Legacy Fencing, our office staff and installers work hard each day to ensure that you, our customer, receive the best possible service. From the initial call you make to our office to the final step in the installation process, you'll be dealing with highly competent fencing professionals. Our ultimate goal is not just selling you a fence. We want to be the company that you return to for all your future fencing needs. We are Legacy Fencing, fencing for a lifetime.
All right, so it's going to be Mark Odom. Mark and Carlisle both came out onto the field. It's going to be Mark Odom's turn to play the running back behind Braylon Smith. Another huge night for Braylon as he's gone over 300 yards passing once again tonight. 21 out of 33, 339 yards. Mark Odom's going to get the run. Out there on the left side, Mark Odom crossing midfield. Odom
and
to
stays
the
in bounds.
35. What a run.
What a great run. Love that power alignment to the left there. Following his blocks. Just fighting outside there. And picking up some really good yardage and managed to stay in bounds, keep that clock running.
Had a thrilling 18-yard touchdown run earlier. And another big run there. Boy, he has been impressive in the first 3 starts, first 3 games of his Wampus Cat career. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. 4:40 to play. Going to stay with him. Tripped up at the 33, maybe a yard. And the most important thing now is just to get the clock running. Keep it running. 4:20 to go. 4:19 to go. Cats looking to polish off the non-conference part of the schedule and then move into the conference season at Siloam and then hosting Van Buren before October 10th. And a lot of people have that date circled. That is back at Greenwood. Smith, pass complete to Matthew Cummins. Matthew down to the 22. Enough for a first down. 1st and 10 Wampus Cats.
That's going to take Matt Cummins over 100 yards receiving tonight, his 7th reception.
So he and Brock Mitchell both over 100 yards tonight.
Yep.
Boy, great night for those 2 seniors.
Matthew Cummins, yep. 7 receptions, 102 yards.
They start the clock back up once they get the ball set, of course, and so 3:40 to go with it running. Harrison Pugh in the game. Grant Ellis also. They're both set to the far left. Top of your screen. Smith will give the ball to Mark Odom. He follows Zach Mills. Good job by Zach. Boy, Mark Odom. Great balance.
He is hard to bring down. It took 3 of them, but they got him.
Odom, 6 foot, 200-pound junior.
Well, and you think about his first game, and he fumbled on one of his carries. The coaches have kept trusting him, and then a pivotal time like this when you're trying to run clock out, playing at Har-Ber, and he's still getting the ball. That's just good faith, and he's rewarding his coaches for that faith.
D'Artagnan Thompson in the game, number 31, set up as the H-back.
Conway finally over 100 yards rushing, 101 as a team. Oh, shirt tail.
Oh, there's a lot of that shirt tail stuff tonight.
Yep.
Austin Henderson.
Still going forward. Looked like he got enough for a first down. All right. Saying he's just short.
So 3rd down and a yard.
That clock is slow to get going, but finally starts. Carlisle Johnson's going to get his turn.
Will be under 2 minutes to play when they snap the ball. 3rd down and a yard. And it will be Carlisle Johnson. Carlisle inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal, Wampus Cats.
Carlisle explosive right up the middle. It's just a great rushing attack. You got power backs, and then you got Carlisle that comes in, and he brings a burst through there. Gets through there in a flash.
Minute 51 to play, and 1st and goal. And from where Carlisle Johnson is walking back.
Trying to decide if they can run the clock out here.
Yep.
You're going to see the victory formation.
It sure will. Little dance move there from Matt Cummins. That was the other giveaway. So Braylon Smith will take a knee, and the Wampus Cats on 1st and goal will not try to score. It'll be 2nd and goal, and that is going to wrap it up after these final 90 seconds run off the clock. And, Jim, this was a great win tonight.
A very, very impressive win. They gave up the score on the opening drive, and then they gave up one on the last possession by Har-Ber. Other than that, this defense was super impressive tonight. The improvement I've seen in them, it's a good enough defense now, I think, to take this team all the way.
Next week at Siloam Springs, they'll be facing a team that they obviously match up very well against. It will be a little interesting week, of course, as it'll be a return to the place where Coach Ashcraft coached before this Conway team. But I'd be willing to bet, even though they had some success up there, they didn't have anything up there like he's getting to coach now. This is a good group of kids, good hard-working group of players that are really clicking at a pretty impressive clip right now.
Yeah.
We'll look at some of those final numbers coming up in just a moment as the clock will reach all zeros. 3rd down and goal from the 5-yard line, so they'll have to take one more knee, then it'll be official. The Wampus Cats will be a perfect 3-0 through non-conference schedule against Cabot, Jonesboro, and Springdale Har-Ber, and that is a tough non-conference schedule to go 3-0. Congratulations to Coach Ashcraft and the Wampus Cats. They got the win. They'll come across and shake hands with the Har-Ber Wildcats, and then they will gather around Coach. We'll come back and take a look at the final stats on Wampus Cat victory, 31-15. We'll do that in 60 seconds on Conway Corporation, Channel 5 Sports. And the final score tonight, 31-15. Conway gets the win over Har-Ber, improving to 3-0. Har-Ber's loss, they dropped to 0-3. And you mentioned it earlier, Jim. That's just something they aren't familiar with, dropping 0-3, but a tough non-conference schedule for them as well. Cats get the victory. Take a look at some of the numbers, and they are some impressive numbers tonight.
Yeah, and Braylon, another great night. 22 of 34, 349 yards, 2 touchdowns. did get his first interception of the game, and one of his few questionable throws. But I think a lot of that just has to do with his confidence. He knew he could get it in there, and he did get it to his receiver, but he was in triple coverage, and the ball pops up and intercepted. Mark Odom, a big night, 6 carries, 49 yards, and a touchdown. Kevin Chimura, 7 for 46 and a touchdown. And Carlo Johnson, 5. What a great job of distributing those rushes. Carlo Johnson, 5 carries, 31 yards. And for Springdale Har-Ber, Luke Cannon, their best player tonight, 23 carries, 149 yards for him. And just an outstanding job by this Conway defense that they gave up the score on the opening possession. After that, they were rock solid. They had pressure on the quarterback. They stopped the run. They defended the pass well. I think they did a lot of things well. And you know, I don't know how good this Har-Ber team really is. Obviously, it's not as good as the Har-Ber teams we're used to seeing.
Right.
But it's still a win, a good win when you can come on their home field. And they did have a lot of emotion tonight, playing on their home field for the first time. Great win, 31-15. The Wampus Cats get that victory. Again, next week at Siloam Springs. We'll have the broadcast for you here. We'll have breaking it down for you as well. I want to remind you, if you are seeing the Wampus Cats, whether you're at the games or just around town, and junior high games, the JV games, whatever it might be, and you see Wampus Cat Spirit, take a picture of it and send it to us. #5Sports on Twitter or Facebook, and you could win a $500 gift card at the end of the season just by sharing those pictures. And for those of you who have been doing that, thank you so much. Keep them coming. We love seeing them. #5Sports, or post them on Twitter or Facebook, and just post them to our Facebook page. And again, next week, if you can't make the trip to Siloam Springs, be sure you're following us on Twitter or liking our page on Facebook so you can keep up with the video highlights that Levi Gilbert gets up, and the stats that Scott Taylor puts together, and also just all the notes from the press box next week in Siloam Springs. Congratulations to the Cats. They're 3-0 after the non-conference season. Conference begins next week. Final score again, 31-15. For Matt Bloomfield, who directed everything tonight, and the entire Channel 5 crew, for Levi Gilbert and Stats, Scott Taylor, and Jim Files, I'm Jeff Matthews. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time with more Conway Wampus Cat football on Conway Corporation, Channel 5 Sports.